of that will avail with options where you'll be in position to buy government bonds and securities for a fee of just 15,000 Ghana shillings. Now, at exactly 8:15 a.m., that's when the markets open, and they run all the way to 3:15 p.m. That is East African time. This is effective Monday up to Friday. But from the weekends on the public holidays when this markets cannot be accessed, but of course that's not the big deal here. You have the rest of the days to capitalize and make money. Something which I believe is key and important when it comes to your financial growth and development as an individual. Zabumet, this is a reality for you, and that's why it comes out and boldly says, my money, my future, and all that East Africa tells you, well, you got to do something new for yourself. Remember, it is 2023. Well, before we proceed actually with our discussion today, of course, I'm still looking at the trade relations between Uganda and South Africa. Let's take over and take a look at what's happening in Dubai as of late, as we are talking about the 12th edition that is of the International Government Communication Forum, and that is the IGCF 2023. Now, Smart 24 TV is on ground. Of course, we shall be giving you that live coverage, as you can actually get to observe it right there. Now, this will take place, that is today till tomorrow. That is at the Expo Center at Expo Center Sharjah, you know, under the patronage of Dr. Sheikh Sultan bin, that is Mohammed Al Qasim. Now, that's the Supreme Council member of the ruler of the Sharjah. The Sharjah Media Bureau has announced that particular perspective. Now, of course, themed, and the forum brings together the experiences and expertise that is of thorough, you know, of thought leaders, thinkers, and experts in government communication, both at local and international levels. Now, the two-day event will underscore the significance of managing and optimizing a country's natural and man-made resources as catalysts, that is for success, as well as inclusive, sustainable global, that is development. Now, of course, organized by the International Government Communication Center, an initiative of the CGMB, the 12th edition will explore the prospects that is of investing in resources of the future and shift from the merely owning natural resources to owning real wealth. Now, the forum will review government communications' role in redefining existing and emerging assets through a pact, that is agenda, which is distributed among the four main axes, including natural resources, non-material resources, and of course the non-material resources that encompasses culture, arts, sports, technology, and data, and of course the future wealth, from that perspective. But of course, shortly when we away from this discussion, we shall be getting further to understand that is the International Government Communication Forum 2023 under the theme Today's Resources, Tomorrow's Wealth. Well, at this point in time now, as we proceed with our discussion between Uganda and trade ties, that is with South Africa, and of course following what was happening, of course we had issues about a visa restriction, most especially for those international people that are coming into trade with South Africa. But of course, that is something that is being handled. Yesterday, with my communication with the public relations manager, Ministry of Trade clearly told me that is not Uganda's portion, probably other countries, but not Uganda. Well, now with me on set, I'm joined with Frederick Sentongo. He's a trader. He actually exports to South Africa. And we want to really understand, following the Trade Investment Summit, this Uganda-South Africa Investment Summit, we want to understand what its impact to them as traders in the community, and have the relations between Uganda and South Africa for the last 10 years benefited the traders in Africa. Mr. Frederick, a very good morning, and nice to have you on the show.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Well, let's say good morning to everyone, all the viewers, and everyone who just tuned into Smart 24 television. Okay.
Very, very, very efficient. Now, we want to understand, how has the current trade relationship between Uganda and South Africa influenced your business operations as traders, and what changes have you observed over the years?
Actually, first and foremost, I would like to thank the South African government and the Ugandan government for setting up that event which happened. Actually, it did not start on that very day.
It didn't, yes.
Remember, sometime back, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, went to South Africa and met with His Excellency Cyril Ramaphosa. And then after that meeting, there were some discussions with the Ugandans who are living there.
Okay.
And I can authoritatively tell you that we gained a lot. Yes, there are a lot of things that we gained, especially we people who are doing business with South Africa. Yeah. Okay.
Now, can you share specific strategies, how kind of marketing sites you've gained from exporting goods to South Africa, and how has it contributed to the growth of your businesses as traders that export to South
Actually, I can tell you that there are a few Ugandans who have been exporting to South Africa. Even me, myself, I can tell you that it's not too, like, I've not taken long in this business, but I was introduced to South Africa by one of my colleagues who is living there, and then I found out that there was some virgin market there. And by the way, very many exporters don't know that that market is very good. And it's very big and wide. Only that it has a lot of competition.
Competition, there is a lot of competition.
Competition, I can tell you. But the thing is, I would like to give an assurance to Ugandans that our food, if you ask those people who are living abroad, our food is extraordinary.
Our food is extraordinary.
At matoke, if you look at pineapples, if you look at everything that we do export, it is of high quality. Yes. And they can even tell you, even those people who are living in those countries, they'll be like, oh my God, I've never. So Uganda as a nation doesn't know that it is sitting on a very good resource, which can bring a lot of money. And by the way, many Ugandans don't know that export market is wide.
Export market is wide.
It is very big.
You can break for us some of the potentials, because according to the recent statistics, if you take a look, the advantage is that, okay, there is some sort of a trading balance because of the goods we export to South Africa, because of the value they carry, because most of them are agricultural products, yet for them they export to us high value goods, which include machinery, capital goods in other words. So some sort of a trading balance from that perspective. So South Africa is benefiting more from us, more than actually what we Ugandans are benefiting from it. When
actually, I can tell you, the imbalance you're talking about, it can end any day from now. It's just a matter of consistency and government intervention, because the government has to come in. If you look at all these people who are exporting, they're doing it on their own.
Wait, majority of the people that are exporting to South Africa are on their own.
They're not having any helping hand from the government.
Sure.
And these people are bringing a lot of dollars to the country and taxes and whatever. So the challenge is it would be having a very like too much export items going that side. And I can tell you, if only those exports, if you increase them, they can bring in a lot of money, because for us here we have a lot of food. We have a lot of, no one can, no, let me tell you, no one should lie to you that in Uganda don't have food. The food we have here is too much, and the outside market there is too big. Only that Ugandans don't know that there is some business, very good business called export. They don't know. And it's government itself to come out through the Ministry of Agriculture to tell people that to do this, to look for the market, because the government itself can look for the market. Yes, and they tell us that the market is here. We face the challenges of getting market, by the way. It is a very difficult thing in export, getting a market, getting a client.
Getting a client.
Oh my God.
Why? What makes it so hard?
Because these people, you've never met them.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm trading in Nakasero and there's someone who wants matoke in Nigeria, I can board a border, or I can get my own car and I go there and I meet the client.
Yeah.
So you're talking about someone who is just 1,000, 2,000 kilometers from here. You need a visa, and there have been some restrictions, the visa, whatever. So you find someone, you're dealing with him, you've never met him, but just trust. He steals your money, you're gone. They see you once, twice, thrice, you're gone. The business is done. So we are facing a lot of challenges, let me tell you that. A lot of challenges. But even those who are successful in this business are there, and there are very many.
There are very many.
Yes, and they can prophesy that I've gotten these whatever buildings from export.
You've also succeeded from it.
Not too much, but I can see where I'm going now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you've talked about the visa restrictions. Yesterday I had a conversation with a public relations Office Ministry of Trade, and she told me about bilateral understandings between the Trade Ministry of South Africa and the Trade Ministry of Uganda. Are you experiencing that impact of the visa restriction?
Actually, we were told about that thing and even jubilated because some of us wanted to go there. Because if you want to go to South Africa, you have to get a visa. The visa can be around $150, $200 on there. Exactly. And all that money goes. Sometimes they can give you and they can deny you. They give you one.
Yeah.
So those restrictions, I think they are going to be waived from us, from Ugandans. But I think it will take some time.
Like what?
Because according to those people who are living in South Africa, they told them that that thing can start around January, February there.
The understandings.
That's what I had. So it's not yet in operational as per now, or as of today. You know, when these entities sit and they make a resolution or something like that, it doesn't operate there then. There have to be some laws, there have to be some regulations, there have to be some other things. The directors, commissioners have to see to know how. So the president can be like, His Excellency can be like, okay, I'll meet His Excellency Cyril Ramaphosa, we've agreed. So he leaves everything to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, so they can handle or tackle the things within 6 months, even a year. So those things will come, but I don't think that it can be effective within 1 month. I don't think so. Yeah.
Maybe just talk about, you've mentioned when we've been interacting, I've realized the food aspect is quite very advantageous for Uganda to trade with South Africa. Specifically, what sorts of foodstuffs, first of all, and maybe, don't you think if value was added on these foods, it would actually attract much more revenues?
It would, because in South Africa, okay, let me tell you this, South Africa is a bit more, can I say, it has gone a bit far from Uganda. Yeah. When you say Uganda is in third world, that is South Africa must be in second world.
Of course,
like that, yes.
I've known it to be a second world nation.
So some things that are different from Uganda. You can here in Uganda, you can find someone has been in Uganda for his life and has never gone to a supermarket. You know that?
I agree.
Yes. And then in South Africa, 70 to 80% of those people are living there. They shop using supermarkets and all that. Okay. So in value addition, as we're talking about the thing, the supermarkets or hypermarkets, whatever, in South Africa, there are very many. And our products, especially if you look at Jinga, if you look at Matoke, for instance, now for us, we're exporting raw Matoke, which is unpeeled. And some people in South Africa or some people in those countries, they don't want to struggle with peeling Matoke. They don't want that. So there are challenges, especially because the government has to come and maybe help us with cold rooms where you can put our Matoke. You don't have them here. Yeah, they are privately owned. Someone asks for $150 a day. Now, if you have to peel a container of Matoke, it can take around 3 days.
3 days.
When you're peeling that. 100 employees to peel that thing. So you need like 3 days. That is around $450. That's gone off
you've paid off $450
from your profits.
Oh yes.
It has to be packed. Then it will take another 2 days. Those are 5. So you end up losing around $1,000 as you're using that someone's whatever cold room. You know. So there are a lot of things that the government has to sit down and look at if to increase on the exports that are going that side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, taking a look at, because you mentioned about markets, you have issues of getting markets. So which would be much more, because the government might be able to do one thing at a time. There is the aspect of support in terms of provision, you know, now like you mentioned, and the access and the perspective of market provision, looking for the market for you, which would be the greatest option? Because if you have market, you'll be able to make the profits to pay off these people that are actually going to employ.
Yes, I can tell you that the government itself, before it goes to doing something else, it has to look for the market.
The market. It's the first priority.
That's the first thing. And if you look at our embassies, high commissions in those countries, the government can put there, can say a commissioner or something like that, who is getting in touch with those people, especially those who are taking larger quantities of food from them. So if someone wants 20 containers of matoke or 10 containers of matoke, peeled matoke from Kampala, I don't see any reason as to why the High Commissioner or the Ambassador of Uganda in South Africa cannot be having someone who is tackling that event. Yes. By the way, it's one of the hardest things that everyone can think about. There is no any exporter who has never been cheated.
Okay, I see.
Because we're dealing with people that you've never met.
You've never met.
You just talk on phone or video call. You send them 2 tons of food. It can be around 2,000, 3,000, depending on the freight rate and what you're taking. And then someone receives your 2,000, 3,000 food, dollar food, whatever, and then switches off the phone.
Okay.
How do you find him?
There is no.
Yes. So you find very many exporters frustrated. They have lost a lot of money. And even if you are to engage your embassy in that country, it cannot help you.
The embassies are not helping out.
Even if you send them the documents and whatever, this is the company, the location is here, this is the number, whatever, they cannot. So the embassies themselves, or the ambassadors themselves in those countries, they can help us, like to reduce on the conmen which they're taking. Those people are taking a lot of money from Ugandans. They're taking a lot of money. Okay. As I can say, even Ugandans, they steal their money. Let me say like that. You can't say that you're perfect.
Of course, we are. Yeah.
But there are those exporters who are genuine. And they are seriously looking for people to give them their food.
Okay.
And they are cheated. Someone is frustrated once, twice, he loses the capital and leaves the business. So out of the 80% of business or export companies that open up every year, I think 10% are the ones that can succeed.
Export companies that are exporting in South Africa, that open up in Uganda?
Very many people now are opening up country or whatever.
10% are the ones that are able to sustain.
They can start, but they cannot
sustain it for more than like 2 years, 2, 3 years.
They cannot, because many are cheated, many lose their money, and then they end up leaving the business and then just go to other things. Yet would have been one of the industries that can employ
thousands of
because if I'm taking 10 tons of
peeled matoke,
obviously the farmers there in Luwero, farmers there in Masaka, farmers there in Bushenyi, they'll be bringing for me food and they'll be encouraged to whatever to dig, to make more plantations and whatever. So very many farmers are just there, they're having their food, but none of Ugandans can buy it. Because we have not yet exploited the outside market which is there. And we can export a lot of food from Uganda because the market is too big.
Okay. Very interesting insights in here. That is with Sentongo Frederick. He's an exporter. Of course, he exports agricultural products to South Africa. The biggest challenge in here is conmen and probably the embassies in those countries. The ambassadors in South Africa, Uganda's representative in that country, have not really done their role to make sure that the conmen can actually be some sort of a way arrested or reduced. So that is still stands a big challenge. That 8 that sustain it, but the 70 have been eroded away because of excessive cheating. That is quite a huge challenge, and the stakeholders probably, this is something that they should pay attention to. Well, before we proceed, I'd still love to remind you that the markets on the Zabo platform are on. You can kindly participate by simply dialing *292#, which is the USSD code that will avail you with options where you'll be in position to buy government bonds and securities for a fee of 15,000 Ugandan shillings. Now, at exactly 8:15 a.m., that's when the markets start to operate, and they run all the way to 3:15 p.m. That is East African time. This is effective Monday up to Friday, apart from the weekends and the public holidays when these markets cannot be accessed. But that's not the big deal. You have the rest of the days to capitalize and make money, something which I believe it's quite key and important when it comes to your financial growth and development. And that's why Zabo boldly and confidently comes out and says, my money, my future. And Altex East Africa tells you clearly that you got to do something new for yourself. Remember, it is 2023. Now, Smart Means Business takes a short break, and of course, we shall be returning to wind this up. As of course, we're still taking a look at the major challenges that the traders, the exporters, the traders that export goods to South Africa, what are they going through?
Wednesday and Friday at exactly 6 p.m. East African Standard Time as we drive business and trade across Africa. Download the Smart Digital app on Play Store and enjoy your favorite TV shows, documentaries, and radio in your palm on the go. Smart 24, driving business.
Well, it's 28 minutes. That is to the top of the hour. You're still watching Smart Means Business. I'm Andrew Barije, and with my guest this morning, that is Sentongo Frederick, an exporter of agricultural products to South Africa. And today, of course, into our major discussion about the challenges that these traders are actually facing when it comes to the trade relations within between Uganda and South Africa. Now, Mr. Frederick, before we went into the break, we are talking about some aspects of cheating. But then, when I still go back to the aspect of value addition, do you really think, because this South Africa has a standard that is required of them, do you really think we have that capability, and how, are we doing it well? And if not, where do we need to adjust in terms of value addition?
I can tell you that it's not easy to find Uganda who is exporting food that has been value added themselves that. Because here the changes that we face, some of them, the government itself has not come up with some subsidies to those things that we are required to do those things. For instance, if you are to bring a machine that can peel matoke within just 1 hour, pure container matoke, they'll charge you a lot of money. And many Ugandans don't have that money. Yes. And then many of the people who are doing this business, these are youths.
The youths that are exporting?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Many, and I know very many, by the way. If you, for instance, if you are at Smart 24, then you know all the other employees in other television stations.
That is true.
In the same field, it's sure for me not to know at least 70% of the owners of the exporting companies.
Okay.
At least we have some meetings, Zoom meetings. We meet them. So no matter how small you are, there will always be some room for you to talk to the other person, since you are all directors in the company. Now, all these people, they're having less capital. You find someone is having a capital of 20 million, and that's how he's operating. You send one shipment, you get your money. You send one shipment, you get you send two shipments, you get. So those machines are very expensive, and the government itself has not come out to help us.
To subsidize.
Yes. Even if they can bring them, and then they give us those machines, maybe make organizations, and then we use them, and we pay off slowly as you're using them. No way. So we're just doing things for ourselves, and then the government is benefiting because we are bringing a lot of money from abroad. Yes. So there are no subsidies, there are no like taxes. They cannot reduce on the taxes on those things that are. So we get nothing from the government. Yet we bring in a lot of money from the abroad countries. So the government itself is the one which is having a problem, not we.
So okay, that is something very key. Now, maybe to ask still on that, there is some of the key aspects that were discussed here, according to report, was the aspect of experiences with financial institutions, most especially when it comes for the need for financing solutions.
Yeah.
So, what are those critical areas that you feel like need financial solutions within the export trade, most especially if we are to talk about between Uganda and South Africa?
No. Let me tell you, there is no one in Uganda, even if, no matter how rich you are, there will always be that thing that will be pushing you to the wall to look for a loan.
A loan, yes.
Now, these financial institutions, we're talking about the banks and whatever. Their loans.
Have they been of help even?
Their loans, someone can tell you 10%, what. So, some of us fear to go there because of the challenges we face.
Okay.
I can go and get 20 million from the bank, 30 million, 100 million from the bank.
Yeah.
I come and invest it in the... Where are my assets? They're gone.
They're gone.
So there's no way I can come and explain. That's why I told you that time that the government itself has to engage its ambassadors so that they can be helping us, maybe to look for those people who are taken out, whatever, Because we are dealing with people who are just there outside. We don't know them.
Yeah.
If we don't know them, some of them we don't know them. Some of them we can be dealing with someone in Canada. Getting a visa to go to Canada itself is a problem. Okay, South Africa, you can get your visa and go, and then you look for that person. But the possibility of getting him is also questionable.
Yeah.
So, if we ourselves, the exporters, we fear to go to the banks. We want to use the small money we have, so that if you just sit down and relax. Because the institution itself, it will be coming and it will be looking for its money, and you cannot explain nonsense to them that my whatever is taken, no, they will not understand. They'll just take your things. Secondly, acquiring the loans themselves is a tug of war.
The loans, getting.
Yes. Because some of us that accept that I have this contract, let me go and get this loan, let me do this and all that. But even getting a loan itself, because you have the government has I heard that it opened up a Uganda Development Bank. Yes, it is there. It is operating. Although I don't know even where offices are. But such a bank, a Ugandan bank, it would be the first one to support those people who are exporting. Instead, they are supporting those who are importing.
They're supporting those who are importing.
Yeah. Because for them, they might be having a lot of money.
Yet we are losing more revenue.
So the money, too much money is going abroad than that one that is coming. And yet the government itself can do something. They can try to promote. The Uganda Export Promotions Board was put there for instance, market. Yes, they have done their best. I can tell you they have done their best.
They have done their best.
But it's not yet enough. Because even there would be the ED would be at least publishing a document showing how many people that are looking for Ugandan food, where they are, so they can just be going there to look for those clients and then engage them. But we are looking for them ourselves.
I see.
Yes, and that is the work of Uganda Export Promotion Sport. They'll be doing that, and they're not doing it.
They're not doing it.
Yes.
Okay.
So the challenges are not with the exporters, but the government itself has to come out and talk to the financial institutions that if someone brings an export company here, he wants to export, at least give them at this rate.
At this rate.
Because they are bringing dollars from that side. And to be helping.
So importers are subsidized more than the exporters.
That's what I think.
That's okay, because I know that is experience. Because you are in, if you export, that means people will import at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, now the summit also discussed in the importance of collaboration and partnerships.
Yeah.
I want, because I know this is one of the key elements when it comes to most especially to identifying markets. Have you as traders engaged in strategic partnerships and collaborations with South African counterparts to see how you can expand?
Actually, one of the challenges is that
of creating these partnerships.
Those things require a lot of capital.
To create a partnership, you need capital.
You need the capital.
How?
Because, as I told you, those people, they're having hypermarkets, supermarkets. Someone can tell you that I want 2 containers of Jinga every week. And they'll give you terms and conditions that if at all you supply to us, we sign an MOU, we'll be paying you at least 7 days after receiving receiving the cargo. Now, within those 7 days, I've told you they want those containers every after 2 weeks or even 1 week. So it means every week we'll be having a container which is going there.
Okay.
And someone is willing to pay you after 7 days or 14 days. Now, how much money do you need? Now, you look at someone who is exporting and is having a capital of around 30 millions, 40. A container itself, just one container can cost around 50 millions plus.
A container?
Okay. Exporting ready, whatever, packed, whatever, can be around 50 millions. So it means even the capital that you have itself is not enough to take one container. Now, the other person is serious, someone who is not serious.
I see.
So those people in South Africa, we can do business with them. But the capital that we need to do the business with those people, because for them, they know that first we have money.
So approximately how much should somebody have on them if they are thinking of starting?
Now, if you are to do some business, maybe with, let me say with ShopRite, you are giving them Jinga. You need around 200 million or 300.
300 million Ugandan shillings on you?
Yes.
Wow.
Because they can't ask for one container. They're having over 20 hypermarkets in South Africa. They can be selling around 20 tons every day or 10 tons every day.
Okay.
So for them, they expect you to satisfy them with your food. You don't give them excuses that I cannot. Why? They have told you we are going to be paying you in 14 days.
So let me
deliver, we pay you. Yes.
So, to what extent have Ugandans been able to satisfy that market? Because you've mentioned 200 million, and I'm trying to understand, for those that export, are they fully reaching the niche that they have to need, or it's because if it's a hypermarket economy,
like
there is no need for somebody who says that I can do one container. It has to be the standard.
Yeah, actually, the Ugandan items, our items, as I told you, they are very good quality. Only that the problem just come during packaging, maybe during transportation. They can delay, maybe the container can go off the fridge or something like that. But our here that we export, they have good quality.
Okay.
Good quality. And I don't believe that South Africa, maybe like, let me say ShopRite, can chase our food from there. Because if that way they tell you that I want Jinga, you're using your money, obviously you'll be looking for high quality Jinga. Because that is your money.
That's your money. Yeah.
How can you supply something which is substandard? You're just going to lose your money. Obviously, they will chase them and then lose your money. So the exporters themselves, they try, because even the ministry has put every company, by the way, let me tell you, every company has an inspector.
Yeah.
So there is no any shipment which leaves Uganda minus being inspected.
Okay.
So that is the work of the inspector. The inspector has to come, look at the item, even they test them. They have their testing kits, especially to items these high-risk foods. They test them. If you're taking ginger, they come with a knife, they cut it, they put there something, they taste, they see if everything is fine.
It's fine.
So I don't believe that we export low quality food. No, we do export high quality food, but the challenge is the market there is too big.
Sustaining the market.
But sustaining that market with the less capital that we have.
That's the big challenge.
Yes.
All right. Well noted in there. This is Santongo Frederick. He's an exporter. He exports agricultural products to South Africa, and he's been elaborating more of the factors here. And of course, earlier on, he pointed out a challenge of conmen. Then now there is this issue of capital. Since South Africa is a hypermarket, so for you to say that you're trading with it, you're exporting goods that can sustain it, well, you need to have quite a lot of money. And another challenge is that the financial institutions are not willing to actually offer these loans to these people. There are quite some other restrictions, yet we believe they should be the ones that are given priority. And of course, looking at institutions like the Ugandan Development Bank, they should be really coming in for such people. And of course, he mentioned something to do with the importers being subsidized, according to the experience, more than the people that export, if they are actually putting out foreign revenue, and yet the exporters are bringing the foreign revenue. So some sort of imbalance is happening in there, which the responsible stakeholders have to really look into. Well, at this point in time, we come to the end of Smart Means Business today, and it's 15 minutes to the top of the hour. I'm Andrew Barige. Definitely still to remind you that you can check us out on DSTV channel 372 and on GOTV channel 320, and also you can find us on free to air. And yeah, you'll be able to get us as we bring you those business related news, both local and international.
But there is something I didn't tell you.
Yes.
There's one thing that maybe we got from that, whatever, the very big one.
You got,
previously, before His Excellency the President went to South Africa,
yes,
they were charging us $1.7 per kilo.
$1.7 per kilo.
Yeah. You can imagine. We are competing with these people from Tanzania who are using roads.
Okay. To head to
South Africa.
To South Africa.
So someone takes a truck which is carrying 25 tons of matoke, and they charge him 30,000. $4,000 from Tanzania to South Africa.
To South Africa.
That is by road. So you can compute. It can be like around $1. I mean, $0.1
per kilo.
Per kilo. Now someone is charging
1.7.
The other one is taking.
So literally, this person has.
So there was no way we could compete with them. But after President meeting those people in South Africa, we are happy. At least now they can charge us 0.8.
Okay.
0.9.
From 1.7.
From 1.7. So that was one of the biggest achievement that we got from that meeting with the
president. When the president met
His Excellency
met Ramaphosa.
Yeah. So a lot. There's a very many things that we got. Only that you cannot come out and tell them because there are very many.
Okay.
Yes.
Facts here being elaborated here. And now the Ugandan traders are charged less after the president of Uganda visiting His Excellency of South Africa. The president of South Africa, that is Ramaphosa. Very interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Still on that notice, you can reach us on our social media handles at Smart24TV. That's on Twitter. Smart24TV Official. That's on Facebook. Smart24TV Live. That's on YouTube. Here you can be able to stream us to the part of the country and the world that you will be at. And also, you can go to your Google Play Store and download the Smart Digital application. You can still stream Smart24TV and our official website, smart24.tv. In case you're a business researcher, you're looking for updated business researched facts, you can go to smart24.tv to get us here, and also at our home, plot 42, Nile Avenue. That's the home of Smart 24 TV. Well, at this point in time, I want to take you back still to Dubai for the conference that is actually undertaking in there with the theme on today's resources, tomorrow's wealth. Till tomorrow, good morning.
Okay. Thank you so much.
So after we watched the video in court, I asked the child what I should do. Was he guilty? And the child said, oh yeah, Daddy does it with Speedy. So I asked the child,